Hey YouTube, it's Jurracmaster, and this is going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh video today. As I've been saying for a while, I was planning on doing some new Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I have lost some interest in the game, but not all of it. So, a few things that I have interest in survive in this game, and this is going to be one of them that I'm bringing you guys today, my September 1st Chaos Jurrac deck. So, I'm going to jump right into that right away. And you guys will see there aren't too many changes, but I think that the changes I did make are pretty essential. So first off, I've got the Jurrac engine with 3 Jurrac Guaiba, 3 Jurrac Velo, 2 Jurrac Dino, and 2 Jurrac Aolo. Throw in the Kinkabayo as the first Dark, and it works with the Aolo loop. I've got 2 Tour Guide, because we lost one, sadly. 1 Sangin, and to make up for the other Tour Guide, we have Tour Bus. That's in there because Tour Guide at 2 have 2 targets in there. I figure sometimes I'll be able to use both Tour Guides, and there won't be a dead one in deck or whatever, just because I've already used the first one. Other than that, Tour Bus can be set to return something that you want, like a Blackluster Soldier or something, back to the deck, and can be helpful. So, for the lights, I've got 3 Thunder King Ryo, and 2 Effect Veilers, and finally we've got the Blackluster Soldier. So that wraps up the monsters. I'm running more monsters now. I've got 21 in here as opposed to, I think, 19 before, so only bumped it up by 2. I had to throw in the Thunder Kings. Really good addition to the deck, and I feel that Effect Veiler isn't quite as good now as it was before, but I still think I need to be running 2. So for the spells, I've got 3 Fossil Dig, Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and 3 Forbidden Lance. Finally, just wrap it up with the traps real quick. Before I get into the extra deck and side deck, I want to talk about some things after this. I've got the 1 Solemn Judgment, 2 Solemn Warning, 2 Dark Bribe, 2 Deep Prison, and 2 Torrential Tribute. So, I want to talk about a few things a little more in depth too. I already talked about Tour Bus, but I want to get back to a few things on that. The Thunder Kings, I'll just put 1 out so it doesn't get confusing. And Effect Veiler. And I think that should be it. I didn't really have to make any other changes to the main deck, because the only thing that really got hit in my main deck was Tour Guide. Got semi-limited. So, finally gonna get to see how this format runs without Inzectors. Because they lost pretty much everything. But Jurracs, I think, should do a little better this time around than they did before, with a few of the inconsistencies out there removed, such as wind-ups removing your entire hand. At least now we can play out of their little loop they have now that just kind of tries to OTK you. With Jurracs, I think that we should be able to stop those early enough on, and we still do have those 2 searchable Effect Veilers from this deck. Effect Veiler being searchable by the Sangin. So, first thing I want to talk about Tour Bus is the fact that your probably 2 biggest targets for it are probably Thunder King or Blackluster Soldier. Just because Thunder King is really good. I think it will stop quite a few of this deck's opponents right in their tracks, because 1900 attack is good. This deck has the protection and control that it needs to, keep things safe. And on top of that, you can negate their special summons. So it works pretty well stopping certain opponents that you might otherwise not be able to stop. But I do have to refresh myself on the Thunder King Ryo rulings because I haven't played Thunder King in quite some time. So it's going to be tough thinking about what to do there. So Tour Bus kind of just added because Tour Guide was lost. I'm going to miss the Tour Guide. Drawing Tour Bus won't be as fun, but I think it'll still be just as good. Effect Veiler, I feel, has died off a little bit just because of the lack of Inzectors, and their end windups, I guess, are still out there, but less powerful, I guess. Rabbits now down to 2, so once again, this thing doesn't need to be used as much against a rabbit deck. You've still got other things you can do against it. And of course we're going to side against rabbit decks, I guess, but the Effect Veiler is just, it's not as needed now. But that being said, I needed the light targets. It's a level 1 tuner, and it's still very good. But I never really understood how it worked well against Inzectors perfectly. I know Skill Drain kind of shut them down, but I don't know. I forget Inzectors. As I said, I haven't played too much of this in a while. I'm waiting for Dueling Network to update to September 1st ban list. And I've already discussed a little bit about Thunder King, so I don't really need to say too much more. He's just a really good light target for this deck. So now into the extra deck. I've got basically the same extra deck. I've got my 3 Logia, 2 Dolka, 1 Leviair, 1 Leviathan Dragon, 1 Zenmaines, 1 Temtempo, 1 Mistworm, 2 Black Rose, 1 Gaia Knight, 1 Ally of Justice Cataster, and 1 Formula Synchron. So, one last, obviously if you guys didn't catch it, this is the change. Bryonic was banned, so I had to put in something for level 6, because this deck can make it. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is, I kept this in, but I'm really debating taking it out for Acid Golem, because we don't have Bryonic for me to make somewhat emergency plays with. The only thing I'm thinking of is the fact that I have this, but sometimes this just doesn't cut it to do everything you need it to. So I might have to take Temtempo out for Acid Golem, just to get that extra attack power in there. And finally, we've got the side deck, which is definitely a work in progress. I haven't gotten to play anyone under the September 1st format yet, so I just kind of took some things out, changed them around a little bit, but it's really just gonna evolve with the more I play, most likely on Dueling Network. I've got 2 Snowman Eater, 2 Kaiku, 2 MST, 2 Macrocosmos, 2 Skill Drain, 2 Royal Decree, and 2 Gozen Match. So the last thing I want to touch upon in this video is, you guys might have noticed some of my cards are dual terminal that normally wouldn't come dual terminal. That's thanks to Maddie's Daddy's 12. He was doing this thing, I don't know if he's still offering it to people, but if you send him a bunch of commons, he will dual terminal some of your cards for you, and I jumped on this, being me, loving dual terminal. And yeah, they're really good. I'm thinking about getting more, and it's just really, really cool. He dual terminaled 16 cards for me, I think. I got 2 of these Aeolos. They're super rare, and that's because they're from Hidden Arsenal, but they're also DT'd, so I'm thinking about doing that with all my Jurracs in here to get all of them super rare dual terminal. I just might dual terminal every card in my deck from him if I can, but I'll have to think about that one. It's kind of pricey. I have the 3 dual terminal Thunder King commons. I would have gotten secret rares and then had them dual terminaled, but it wasn't worth it to me. Just having the common dual terminal kind of matches the rest of it anyway. The Super Pot of Avarice dual terminal, Super Heavy Storm dual terminal, Ultra Book of Moon dual terminal. I've got the 3 Fossil Digs now dual terminaled. The last thing in my deck that was common, it was really annoying me. The last thing I couldn't get to at least have some kind of shininess on it, and pretty sure that that's all fixed now. Everything should be hollow in my deck, or at least have some kind of sparkling on them, like the Dark Bribes and everything. Have at least something. I've got the 2 Royal Decrees dual terminal. They're just commons, but still, once again, they look amazing. And I've got 3 of these dual terminal, but I've only got 2 with me right now because that's how many are in the deck. So, really, really cool looking stuff. You can see they just look amazing. If you just look at them, I'll do a little close-up on the Book of Moon because that's probably the best looking one. You can see right here. This Book of Moon looks amazing. Just look at that. It's Ultra and dual terminal. What else could I ask for? And another one of my favorites are the Fossil Digs. They actually have something on them now. So, that's just thanking Maddie's Daddy 12. It was really cool to get these dual terminals. Probably gonna get more. Just gotta think about it. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you think. I will be doing some more variants of Jurracs, especially once I can get my 3rd emergency teleport. That'll be pretty fun. I'm going to test that on Dueling Network and see how I can get that to play out. I've had some ideas. I'm going to have some other non-Jurrac deck profiles, probably Lovels maybe. And sorry I haven't been posting too much Yu-Gi-Oh content, but as I said, I was just kind of waiting for there to be more for me to actually do with this, and I had to wait for the dual terminal cards to come back that I sent out for him, and they just got back here, so I had to wait on that. That was about it. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day.